All right, guys, we're out here in Orange City waving our Trump flags every Friday. You know the drill. We come out here, wave our Trump flags. Orange City, Saxon Boulevard, Enterprise Road, every Friday till the election. Come on out. Trump took a bullet for you. At least you can do is come out and wave a flag. All right, we're out here every Friday from 3 till 6. So come on out. All right, so Kamala, finally, after like 6 or 7 weeks, after being coronated to run against Trump, because nobody voted for her, not a single person voted for her, and she's going to be running against Trump. These are the people that say they're saving democracy. Nobody voted for her. Isn't that crazy? And not to mention, she's hiding from the media. No, she will not talk to anyone. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. Trump is out there every day talking, just taking random questions from the press and doing podcasts, and every day he's talking. Kamala has been hiding. They made a big deal out of Kamala doing this interview because it's the first interview in like 6 or 7 weeks. It's insane. It's the Joe Biden approach. Hide. So she's gonna hide. They had to hide Joe because he had dementia when he ran in 2020. Now they gotta hide Kamala because she's so dumb. They don't want anybody to know what her actual policies are. She pretends to be MAGA. She may as well put on a MAGA hat. She's adopting all the Trump policies. No tax on tip. She's gonna be tough on the border. She's pro-police. All of it's lies. She lies through her teeth. So she finally got out there, and she couldn't do the interview without having her buddy Tim AWOLs with her. You know what I mean? Can't even do a press. Can't even talk to the press on your own. So weak. Okay, so let's go through some of this. It wasn't a debate, it was an interview. Kamala is now going to be tough on the border, Adam. This is Adam Francisco. Y'all probably know who he is. Adam Francisco. Follow this man on ScrewTube.
Hey, we're almost at 100K.
Oh yeah?
Almost.
Oh good. You're getting there?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's painful because they shadow ban the crap out of us.
Yeah, but I've been doing okay lately.
Oh yeah?
My view count's been a little elevated.
That's good.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So, did you watch any of the interview?
I watched the whole thing, all 3 parts on CNN.
All right. Well, what do you think about Kamala saying that she's now saying that there should be consequences for illegals who come across our border?
Said in 2019, when you first ran, there was a debate. You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally.
And she's acting like she's going to be tough on the border.
Yeah.
It's all lies, bro.
Well,
she let in 15 to 20 million illegals.
They do whatever.
Open borders.
They do whatever Trump does. No tax on tips. Now they're writing on receipts. No tax on tips. Vote for Kamala. Yeah. And now they're going to build a wall apparently.
Yeah, Kamala.
Everything Trump does, they follow.
Meanwhile, all of the wall material that was left over, Biden sold it for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, he's a disgrace.
Yeah. So is Kamala. She's second in command.
Disgrace.
She can't distance herself from Biden.
I know.
She's second in command.
I know. Biden's record is her record.
Do you think Kamala's lying? Is she going to be tough on the border?
No,
or is she going to let in another 20 million illegals?
No, she's just saying what she has to get the votes. You know, claiming common sense policies, and then she's going to do what she wants.
She's going to turn on a dime if she gets elected.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We can't allow this woman to get in there. She's a communist.
Exactly. And they want to do, what's it called? Price caps?
Oh, yeah.
That's straight out of the communist textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's not going to make the prices go down. It's going to make them go up.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick! What's up, buddy? How's it going, man? Rick came all the way from Tampa. What a patriot. How was the drive? All right?
Few hours took me, but a little bit of rain. I'm here.
Trump appreciates it. Rick, so did you watch any of Kamala's interview yesterday?
I did not watch. I watched snippets on YouTube.
Well, during her interview, that Dana Bash, gotta give her a little bit of credit because she was asking her the tough questions. Just Kamala wasn't answering them. Should have nothing to do with it. No. So she asked Kamala yesterday in this interview, what do you say? You say you're not going back. That's your theme. We're not going back. But what about the Americans who want to go back to all the low prices, the low gas, the low groceries, the lower electric bill, all of that stuff. And Kamala blames Trump for the inflation.
You are well aware that right now many Americans are struggling. There's a crisis of affordability. One of your campaign themes is we're not going back. But I wonder what you say to voters who do want to go back when it comes to the economy specifically, because their groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Well, let's start with the fact that when Joe Biden and I came in office, during the height of a pandemic, we saw over 10 million jobs were lost. People, I mean, literally, we were all tracking the numbers. Hundreds of people a day were dying because of COVID. The economy had crashed. In large part, all of that because of mismanagement by Donald Trump of that crisis. When we came in, our highest priority was to do what we could to rescue America. And today, we know that we have inflation at under 3%. A lot of our policies have led to the reality that America recovered faster than any wealthy nation around the world.
Where's your 70?
Can you believe it, dude?
Of course I can believe it.
And Dana Bash lady don't even, she don't say nothing to her.
She does not challenge her.
No,
it was the interview was a setup.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pre-recorded setup. They said it was live. It was not live.
No.
And
makes you wonder how much stuff they had to edit out of that interview.
Oh, exactly. And they had that friggin' boob sitting there next to her, saying nothing.
Right.
He's probably the stupidest guy that's ever run for vice president of the United States.
So Kamala said that when she was asked about why is inflation so high, she blamed it on Trump and then started talking about COVID and how hundreds of people a day were passing away under Trump. But most of that episode that happened with the COVID, okay, most of it happened under Trump. It was easing up under Biden and Kamala, but way more people passed away under those two. So I don't know what she's talking about. Everything that she said was a lie.
Why don't they look at how it occurred? They don't want to look at how it occurred because
they might want to do it again to us, Rick. They're gonna do it again. They're already talking about how it's getting bad. We might have to lock down, but I can't only talk about so much, dude. I gotta tread lightly on this topic because the ScrewTube will give me a strike for anything. So I don't want to talk about the woohoo flu. But Kamala, man, that did not make her look good last night. She deflected, she lied, she answered almost no questions.
I want to see Trump debate her.
Oh, me too.
It's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah.
It's going to be, the thing is with Biden, not that I felt sorry for him, but I had a family member who had dementia, so I understand dementia.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about that. And Trump actually stood back and he didn't go after him as hard as he could have. But with Harris, no holds barred.
Yeah. She's a literal dummy. She doesn't get any confrontational questions ever, so she's not used to it. She's not practiced up on it. Trump gets the hard questions every time he talks to somebody, so he's been sharpening his knives this whole time. He's good at it.
The other part of it too, he will talk to anybody.
He's every day he talks.
He talks to everybody. He interviews every single day. She's doing the Biden basement.
Yeah,
that's what she's doing.
They have to hide her, Rick. Otherwise, people might get to know her, and they're not going to like what they see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Just like Biden, they couldn't let Biden show his face. He hid the whole time in 2020,
Jeff,
and he won. Come on, guys.
You're going to have 35 to 40% of the people in this country. They're going to go in and they're going to look for the D, and they're going to vote. They don't care what it is. It could be a ham sandwich. They're going to vote for it.
Yeah, they're not paying attention. They don't realize they're voting for communism.
It's the percentage of people that actually look at things. They're the ones that we have to look at.
Yeah. Yep. Hey man, did you watch the interview Kamala did yesterday?
Not really. I tried to watch a little bit of it, but
she was asked, what are you going to do about inflation? And she said she's going to tackle the price gouging.
But you are right. Prices, in particular for groceries, are still too high. The American people know it. I know it. which is why my agenda includes what we need to do to bring down the price of groceries. For example, dealing with an issue like price gouging, what we need to do to extend the child tax credit to help young families be able to take care of their children in their most formative years, what we need to do to bring down the cost of housing. My proposal includes what would be a tax credit of $25,000 for first-time home buyers, so they can just have enough to put a down payment on a home, which is part of the American dream and their aspiration, but do it in a way that allows them to actually get on the path to achieving that goal and that dream.
The first time I saw her talk about price gouging, she said price gauging. And she didn't know how to say it. But she thinks it's price gouging, that's the problem. They caused, Kamala and Biden caused 45-year high inflation. She brags about the Inflation Reduction Act, which only made inflation go sky high. She was the tie-breaking vote. No Republican voted for it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
she brags about it.
When it comes to the economy, I mean, and all this stuff going on now, she really doesn't have any room to speak on anything. She's been in power. She's been in power. She's
an extension of Joe Biden. She's not going to change nothing.
And everybody basically let her slide on everything because she was just a placeholder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she owns all of that now, and she can't get away from it.
She's going to deflect.
What's
and
interesting
lie
though
all
is,
the time.
here's this first interview. It turns out to be a big nothing burger. I heard that the 1 hour time slot that they allotted for it got edited down to 18 minutes. They had to put her and the weirdo in the room at the same time so they could be a sounding board for each other when the questions got asked that they couldn't answer or they knew that they wouldn't be on the same page.
Yeah.
That's why she had to have...
She brought Mike Walls as like a comfort blanket, and then he only answered like one question or something.
Hey,
he just sat there looking like a big dummy, which he is a big dummy.
Yeah. She's got the old white man as a backup and a sounding board to keep her on target and to deliver her message.
Yeah,
How pathetic
one
is
old white
that?
guy to another one.
Yeah.
She did. It's like a younger version of Biden. Biden minus 10 or 15 years. Just as stupid.
And then he had a few pounds.
Yep. You know, he's all into the
Tampon Tim, that's what we call him. He wants tampons in all the boys' bathrooms. What a weirdo.
Yeah, so you don't get much weirder than
that. That's nuts. Hey Brenda, did you watch the Kamala interview?
No.
Well, during the interview, she said that Trump is the cause of all the division in this country.
That's when I turned it off.
Oh, you did watch some of it?
Well, I turned it on and she was talking, and when I heard her say that, I switched to another program.
I think sadly, in the last decade, we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans, really dividing our nation, and I think people are ready to turn the page on that.
How could Trump be the cause of it? I think it's the media lying about Trump nonstop, and the Democrats lying about Trump nonstop, calling him a Nazi, a white supremacist. Everything they say about him is a lie.
Yeah, everything they say Trump did and that they did.
Yeah.
But they want to blame Trump.
Yeah.
You know, they blame everything for Trump, on Trump.
Well, the division thing, I'm blaming on the media and the Democrats.
Yeah.
Trump just fights back when they attack him, when they lie about him. So I'm sick of it.
Me
but
too.
We were better under, everything was better under Trump.
Yes.
Yeah, we just lived through 3.5 years of Biden and Kamala Harris, and I can't. Brenda, I bought the smallest amount of groceries today. It was $100.
Tell me
it was like 3 bags of stuff. We could afford to eat under Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can under Harris and...
No, if Harris gets in there, man, we're going to have bread lines and free government cheese.
Again, yeah.
It's going to get real bad. But hey, Kamala supporters, they think it's about time we have a woman in there. I don't care if it's a woman, but I wanted somebody competent.
Well, she's a DEI.
Yeah.
Didn't earn it.
Yep.
But
she didn't earn one single vote to be where she's at right now.
No, she's getting it on the curtails of the men. pics.
Yes. That she blew.
Yeah. Hey, people need to send Carmela some knee pads because she's got a lot of sucking up to do.
All right. Get this, man. Kamala was asked in the interview, why you let so many people, so many illegals come across our border. Literally 15 to 20 million people. She blames Trump, dude. She says that they crafted a bill that was going to stop all this illegal immigration.
Joe Biden and I and our administration worked with members of the United States Congress on an immigration issue that is very significant to the American people and to our security, which is the border. And through bipartisan work, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, a bill was crafted, which we supported, which I support. And Donald Trump got word of this bill that would have contributed to securing our border, and because he believes that it would not have helped him politically, he told his folks in Congress, don't put it forward. He killed the bill. A border security bill that would have put 1,500 more agents on the border. And let me tell you something, the Border Patrol endorsed the bill. And I'm sure in large part because they knew they were working around the clock and 1,500 more agents would help them.
Which is a lie. They were going to cap it at 5,000 people a day, which we want no people a day. We want people to come in here legally. Kamala's border bill that she's talking about was going to let in 5,000 illegals a day. And there was wording in there to get all these illegals, make them all citizens. So no Republican was going to vote for it, even though Donald Trump didn't like it. No Republican liked it and was going to go for it. But she's blaming Trump for the border, man. What do you think about that?
5,000 a day is too many.
One's too many. Yeah. I want to deport 5,000 a day.
I want to deport 10,000 a day.
Dude, if you have to deport 5,000 illegals a day, how many years would it take to get rid of them?
They're still saying 11 million. I still hear that number.
Well, if it's 11, it's double, so it's 22 million.
111.
Yeah. Well, and they're causing chaos over here, man. They're robbing people. They're killing people. They're R-ing people.
Doing illegal
They're humping
activities.
chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't want to say that R word.
No, we can't. Or I'll get a strike or something. I don't know.
They're doing it.
Yeah, God forbid I tell you the truth. ScrewTube is looking for any reason to get rid of me. But I am on Rumble in case I get booted off of here. Everything Kamala said in that interview was a lie.
They're all driving new trucks.
All the illegals?
Yeah. Up
Dude,
there where I live.
billions of dollars it's costing American taxpayers now. To pay for all the illegals' food and housing and all their groceries. Government don't help me with my groceries.
Free health care.
They get free health care? Yeah, sure. They just go to any emergency room. It's free. It's pathetic, man.
Yeah, I can't do that.
America last. That's Kamala. America first. That's what we should vote for. Trump. Don't you agree?
Terrible lady.
Yeah, she's a lying tyrant. Yeah, a lying sack of turds.
She's got to go.
She needs to go now. Did you watch the Kamala interview?
I actually forgot all about it, but I don't think I could have brought
in the
myself
interview, she blamed Trump for all the fentanyl deaths. Over 100,000 Americans die every year because of fentanyl, because of our open borders. That's Biden did that. The blood is on Kamala's hands.
That bill would have allowed us to increase seizures of fentanyl. Ask any community in America that has been devastated by fentanyl what passing that bill would have done to address their concern and a pain that they've experienced.
So you would push that legislation again. I just want to ask
about... Not only push it, I will make sure that it comes to my desk and I would sign it.
And what does she do? She blames Trump. Because Trump didn't want to sign the border bill. And she said, Kamala said that the Border Patrol people support her. And they supported that bill.
Is that part of the lies that they were talking about that she was saying?
Right, she lied about everything.
Yeah.
She ran away from her previous ideas. Now she's apparently adopting all of Trump's ideas. It's crazy.
Well, because it's working. I mean, that's, he knows that that's what. So
she's acting tough on the border. She thinks she's tough on the border and Trump is weak on the border. Isn't that nuts? We're not living in the real, we're in clown world.
Can't stand it.
Clown world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she blames Trump for all the fentanyl deaths.
Yeah. Did you know that was supposed to be an hour interview? They cut it to 18 minutes, and then they're going to edit it down even more.
Yeah.
And
well,
they won't let you read the transcript.
They won't let you read the transcripts because it'll be too hilarious. She is such an idiot. She can't do a live, unscripted interview like Trump does every day.
And they let her have the questions beforehand.
Oh yeah,
study them.
It's all about cheating.
Still fucked up.
It's all about cheating. The odds are so stacked against our side. The media, everything, every organization out there is, you know, the Biden and Harris administration. They own it because they've threatened them. So they better comply.
Yeah.
And that's how they've.
That's the only way they can get what they want is to threaten.
Yeah. Yeah,
and they
tyrants.
threaten with who knows, you know, probably death.
Probably.
We'll kill your whole family.
Epstein your ass.
We'll kill
they threaten to run people out of business and arrest them.
You know and love.
Yeah. They're still hunting down J6 people and arresting them.
I know, that's ridiculous.
Pathetic.
Yeah. Look how long ago what was
they
that?
weaponized the government, and that's what it looks like. What they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And they say that Trump is the one who's doing the weaponizing.
Kamala and Joe, those are the people that our forefathers warned us about.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
You gotta keep fighting.
Hey, Mark, in that Kamala interview, they did ask Tim Walz a couple questions. I call him AWOLs because he went AWOL and retired when he knew his whole battalion was going to go over to Afghanistan. But he said he carried weapons of war in war. Dana Bash asked him about that, and he never did answer it other than saying, oh, I used bad grammar. The reason he said that was because he just didn't use the right grammar.
Question about how you've described your service in the National Guard. You said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone. A campaign official said that you misspoke. Did you?
Well, first of all, I'm incredibly proud. I've done 24 years of wearing the uniform of this country. Equally proud of my service in a public school classroom, whether it's Congress or the governor. My record speaks for itself, but I think people are coming to get to know me. I speak like they do. I speak candidly. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and I speak especially passionately about our children being shot in schools and around guns. So I think people know me. They know who I am. They know where my heart is. And again, my record has been out there for over 40 years to speak for itself.
And the idea that you said that you were in war, did you misspeak as the campaign has said?
Yeah, I said we were talking about, in this case, this was after a school shooting, the ideas of carrying these weapons of war. And my wife, the English teacher, told me my grammar is not always correct.
It sounds like Kamala's answer when asked about, Trump saying whether she was black or not. No answer, basically, no answer at all. We all know he never carried any weapons of war into any war, and the minute he was supposed to, he quit. So.
Well, he lied about his title in the military over 10 times on camera. That we've seen him do it.
They'll just sweep it right under the rug, just like everything else swept right under the rug.
Oh, he lies about everything. He said he's a head coach.
Yeah.
He's an assistant coach. He's no head coach.
Yeah.
In high school?
Yeah, Tampon Tim.
Yeah, he put tampons in all the boys' bathrooms. Why?
Fourth graders. What the hell are they going to do with them?
Yeah.
Play with them?
Stick them up
Fourth grade boys, do they even know what a tampon is?
No.
Well, they do now. And, someone had to explain that to them, I guess, in Minnesota.
They shouldn't know that information. That's not something they need to know at that age.
Yeah. It's very creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, but the news...
maybe he gets off on that shit.
The news is lying, not to change topics, but you hear about the F-16 that crashed and killed a Ukrainian pilot? One of the F-16s we gave them.
They're old, aren't they?
I don't know if they're old or not. I don't have the answer to that.
I heard we were giving them 25-year-old planes.
Well, but the news sits here and says that it crashed. They were defending against a Russian missile attack, and it crashed. But it wasn't hit by a missile. Now, if you go and look other places, it was hit by a Patriot missile. They shot our plane down with our missile. And the news is lying about it. They won't even tell you the simple stuff like that.
I'm convinced that the only reason we have news...
the Harris people are here.
The only reason we have news is so that they can lie to us.
Exactly. Lie, brainwash.
Yeah.
Don't believe. Watch everything. And then figure it out. Somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Yeah. So, I think Putin is waiting this election out, because if Trump wins, he knows Trump's going to work a deal out and end this war. I think Putin wants it ended too.
Right.
If Kamala gets in there, this is going to be a never-ending war, and I think Putin might use the nukes. It'll be... Dude, he's not going to sit around for 4 more years of us sending billions of dollars to Ukraine to keep this thing going.
Well, like I just said about the F-16, he's laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
You know he is. He knows what happened, and he's laughing his ass off and laughing at our country and our administrations.
Yeah. Everything was safer under Trump, no new wars. So.
No new wars.
You get Kamala in there, guys, you might be sending your own sons off to war.
More money in my bank account, cheaper gas, cheaper groceries, cheaper insurance, cheaper house payments.
Cheaper everything.
Everything. Let's go back
Houses
to that.
were 3 times cheaper under Trump. That alone should make you want to vote for him. Kamala Harris supporters, they don't know what's best for them.
It's ridiculous. Use your brains, people. Come on.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't have any brains. Adam, so Kamala got asked in the interview about Trump claiming that she's not black.
I want to ask you about your opponent, Donald Trump. Okay. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes, questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Any
same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
That's it?
That's it.
And she was like, I won't even answer that question.
She acted like she was above the question.
Yeah. But she's part black, but she's not part African American. She's half Jamaican, half Indian. Well, and she claimed that she was Indian the whole time she was in politics, except for right now, she's black.
I think her father actually, again, I might be wrong here. I know he's from Jamaica, but I don't think he's actually full-blooded black. I think he's mixed race.
Oh, so
which means at most, she's a quarter black.
So she's mostly Indian.
She's mostly Indian. And even if you look at her and her sister, they look Indian.
Yeah. So she's not from Africa.
Right.
So she can't claim, hey, I'm the oppressed, my ancestors were slaves. If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, Kamala's ancestors, the Jamaican side, owned 120 slaves.
Yeah. I think didn't her family own slaves?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her great-great-great-grandfather.
You know who didn't own slaves? Donald Trump's.
Yeah. Yep. So Trump ain't racist, Kamala is. Hey Mitch, did you watch any of that Kamala interview?
No.
Well, she was asked, hey, do you regret saying that Biden was fit for office and all this stuff? And she said, no, he's been a great leader. He's not cognitively impaired whatsoever.
President Harris, you were a very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly.
So I'm going to say right now that she's lying to us. He obviously, he has dementia. They can't hide it. That's why he's not even running. They won't let him.
What do you think about her changing her perspective and her different whatever?
She seems like she's MAGA now. I think, shit, if what Kamala says is true, she'll be voting for Trump.
What it is she's now a true politician. She's not telling the truth about anything.
Nothing.
And doesn't believe anything she's saying.
Yeah, but she says Trump lies all the time.
Right. That lets you know that's what she's doing.
According to Kamala, Joe is fit for the job.
Yeah.
He was doing great.
Yeah.
He just bowed out. Why? Kamala was in on the coup to get rid of him.
Yeah.
She hadn't even put the knives away yet.
But it's still illegal.
Yeah. No one voted for her.
It's still illegal.
Yeah.
They can't take him out.
But that's how they save democracy, Mitch.
Yeah.
By installing somebody. That's what Iran does. They install who they want. They don't let the people vote on it. They didn't let you vote on Kamala. Kamala didn't get no votes, guys.
People don't realize we don't vote either. They don't realize that.
Yeah.
That's been a facade for the last, I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
But
well, they've been rigging the elections since Obama's second term.
No, they've been rigging elections a lot longer than that.
Democrats have been in control of our process.
Since the 80s.
Well, over the 12 of the past 16 years.
Yeah.
So once Kamala gets in there, it'll be 16 out of the past 20.
She's not getting in there. Slow down now. Slow down.
You don't think they're going to rig her in?
No, no. We're going to put Trump in.
Oh.
Yeah.
You ain't been black-pilled like me then yet.
No. Pinch yourself.
Yeah.
We ain't letting that happen.
I'm voting for Trump. I think our election's rigged. I'm still going to go vote. But you better prepare yourself because y'all know Biden didn't win in 2020.
No, of course not.
No. Well, Kamala ain't gonna win in 2024, but guess who's gonna be sitting in the Oval Office?
She's not.
I fear.
Wake up. Slow down.
I fear.
Slow down.
So during that interview, Kamala lied and said she wouldn't ban fracking. She's on camera, I don't know how many times, saying she would end fracking. So she's a liar.
Where you stand on some key policy issues. Energy is a big one. When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, "There is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said, you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
Hey man, in that interview, Kamala said she won't ban. She never said she was going to ban fracking.
She didn't?
She's been saying it the whole time. She wants to give health care to illegals. She wants to ban fracking. She's insane, dude. She's a communist.
Bro, you got to remember, she's on the Obama strategy right now. The Obama strategy is tell the voters whatever it takes to get their vote. Well, tell them whatever it takes. And then once you get in office, you just do whatever you want to do.
So I heard from people that were on the ground when Obama was running for a second term, their motto was lie, cheat, steal, whatever it takes to win. She's doing that.
Democrats think about things completely different than us. They think about they can do whatever it takes now during election season because the objective is to win. So they have it doesn't matter how bad they lie, cheat, or steal right now. They think it's part of the game. They expect us to do the same, and that's just how they operate.
Yeah. I agree.
Are you going over now?
100%. Yeah, we're gonna go over and talk to the Kamala dummies.
Right now?
And you want to now, or you want to wait?
Let's go.
Well, actually, if we wait a little bit, there'll be more people.
Let's go now.
Okay. Anyways, all right, guys. Kamala is gonna keep hiding. She'll debate Trump once. She'll get her ass kicked. She won't debate him again, even though the standard is three debates. She won't do it, and she will hide like Biden did in 2020. The rest of her campaign, because she can't go out there and talk, because she'll make a fool out of herself. So that's what you vote for, guys. If Democrats vote for the person who hides and won't tell you what they stand for or lies about what they stand for. It's pathetic. Kamala is dumb. They shouldn't have picked a dumb candidate. She is a moron. Biden was senile and Kamala is dumb. I guess those were their only choices. All right, guys, come out to Saxon Boulevard and Enterprise Road in Orange City. Any Friday until the election, we're going to be out here from 3 till 6 waving our Trump flags. Come on out. Do it! Do it! Do it!
My values have not changed.
Reduce red meat specifically.
Yes.
The Boston Marathon bomber, they should be able to vote.
I think we should have that conversation.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah.
Would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes, and I'm in favor of banning fracking. I am prepared to pass a Green New Deal. I support a mandatory buyback program. We're not going to treat people who are undocumented cross the border as criminals. The idea that more police equals more safety, that's just wrong.
Policing, as we know, goes all the way back to slave patrols and that idea.
You are absolutely right.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
We need to take a look at these budgets.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should.
70 to 80% tax rate.
I think that's fantastic.
Chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Yeah, I am radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing.